it.
You need...
I don't need help.
I don't have that much issue with it.
It's like I'm trying to... I guess it's because my chair is different than yours. Forgot how to drink?
Yeah, I have issue drinking, apparently.
Yeah, it's cold. But yeah,
cold.
It's like, I don't know, maybe my wheels are different, and then it's kind of like, I don't know.
I don't know either. I think
suck at life.
That's what I was just gonna say. I just think you suck at life.
That's fine.
I really cannot wait to get a better either table or mics set up like arms that the boy can't break.
Yes.
Or is less likely to break.
Yes.
Anyways, I guess we should, actually start the show before I forget to. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Cup of Genre, the show where we get to talk about all sorts of things and geek and entertainment news. Brought to you by the good folks over at Grow Generation, where the pros do go to grow. There'll be a spot from them later in the episode. And yeah, guys, please be sure to check out lrmonline.com. Every day for all your entertainment news, needs, and opinions. The Genreverse Podcast Network, available wherever you get your podcast from. And, of course, if you're watching us on video, we're on YouTube, LRM's YouTube channel. Please subscribe. I'm Kyle Malone. That's Christine Malone. And, yeah, I got it all, I think.
Yes, you did. Good job.
It's been a while since we've gotten a chance to chit-chat. We had a really rough week last week with Lucas getting sick. You lost your voice, and man,
yeah, I felt like crap too, but that's all right.
Yeah, he was real sick though.
Yeah.
Whatever he caught,
I'm glad you didn't get it, because you rough. Get things worse than anyone I've ever seen ever.
The man flu is real.
Yes, for this man. I don't know what it is. It's like you always look like you're on death's door.
Unlike a lot of like TV shows where they try to show men being overly sick, like I'm not one to want to sit still. I can't stand it. So
yeah,
if I'm actually laying it down, then I'm sick.
Yeah, exactly. You never stop moving.
Exactly. So one of the things we did get to do over last week, of course, the Cantina came out, and Cam and I got to talk about a bunch of different news. So be sure you guys are checking out those podcasts if you're into Star Wars, and we'll actually have something to mention on Star Wars a little bit later, maybe if we have time. But the other thing we got to do was our podcast. And I love our Anime Versal Reviews podcast. We covered Hellsing 2001 version. So if you guys are into anime and you like reviews and discussions, not like just a straight this was good and then that was bad. It's a discussion type format, and it's me and Christine and our friend Brian, and I don't know why there's an ad there. Oh, that's right, because I'm signed into the main account instead of the my personal one where we've got YouTube Premium for some reason. Oh, the music thing. Anyways,
yes.
We did do Hellsing, and that was a lot of fun. So yeah, check all that out, guys. Like I said, LRM's YouTube channel. It's fun. But what we really do actually need to get to is it's Monday, and that means we got to talk about Christine's favorite thing, which is box office numbers. And
it's weird. You'd think that someone who's decent at math, and because there's some people that just hate math, they can't do it. I'm pretty good. If I'm not, like if it's been a long time since I've done it, I can self-teach. But yet I'm like, no, this isn't interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's just kind of like, yeah, numbers. It kind of reminds me of a Lego movie where Unikitty's like in a business suit, and she's yeah.
They're in
numbers.
Yep, they're in their subterfuge and infiltration. So the Eternals, of course, came out over the weekend, and it didn't do so hot with critics. Like, it did really poor with critics on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm not rating you guys right now. I'm talking about other people rating stuff. 48% from critics. Audience score we'll talk about in a minute, but 71 million estimate theatrical only take. There's no Disney Plus for this, and it's a little bit below Shang-Chi and Black Widow. Like, it's in that same wheelhouse. That's kind of a... I don't know if that's really means anything. Like, a lot of people are wondering, how could critics be so wrong when they've liked several Marvel movies that even fans didn't like. Thor: The Dark World got rated higher than this, and that's one that most fans call like one of the worst, if not the worst. And
yeah, it is.
It did better after having seen The Dark World before we watched the Loki series and covered that on Marvel Multiverse Madness or Mayhem. Check that out on the podcast and YouTube. When we watched it for that, knowing the complete Thor and Loki journey through the Infinity Saga actually made Dark World a little bit better.
Oh, cool.
Like, the bad parts are still bad. Malekith still sucks, but overall it was better. 71 million, guys. A lot of the big movies are hitting in that 50 to 70 million range when they first come out, if they're not on certain streaming services that are offered at no additional cost. Even the horror movies tend to do better than what you would think compared to other big budget films during the pandemic era. But one of the things I wanted to see, Dune had a 62% fall. That's about what I would have expected. But going back a little bit to look at, like, Venom hit 90 million, and that was a big deal. But it had a lot of buzz behind it, and then it had a 65% drop. That wasn't too surprising. And then Shang-Chi did #1 for a while, and it brought in 75 and had a 54% drop. And then we had Free Guy did 28. It really surprised everyone, and then it had like barely a drop, but 35% of 28 million is not that great. Suicide Squad, of course, had a lot of issues, and when you get back further and further until you hit Black Widow, you have a bunch of movies not doing as hot because of the vaccine rollouts and rules and things like that. Slowly, dropped over the spring and into the summer. So basically, all it means is that people went and saw it. About the same amount of people as you would expect to go see it in this time frame seem to have gone and saw Eternals.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to try to see it either tonight or tomorrow for Marvel Multiverse Mayhem. Nick and I will be reviewing that, and also talking Spider-Man 3 because we're prepping for No Way Home. But I don't know. Seeing the numbers that it made, and seeing the review before we talk about them a little bit, does that give you a little bit more hope that maybe it is just the critics are burned out and maybe we might still have fun? That's
probably what it is, because like I said before, like, my parents are burned out on Marvel movies, so maybe that's it, because it's like seeing that 48%, it does suck. Where you're like, but sometimes I don't want to say the critics are wrong. It's just their opinions are different. I think that's a nice way of putting it. Because it's probably not in their wheelhouse, but they still watched it and, critiqued it.
That being said, let's check out what some of the fans thought on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, it did get a cinema score of B, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check it. Can you look that up on your phone? Eternals cinema score.
Sure.
I'll read a couple of these. Just going from top to bottom. I'll look for high star count. This one's 4.5. Pockets of Tacos. I have no idea what the pretentious critics are talking about. This movie has its flaws, but so do all movies. Yes, they do. It plays out really well, and I love that it takes a different path than most Marvel movies. It tells a story of who the Eternals are and how some of them unwittingly played into a bigger plot. It's also chocked full fully of well-timed humor. If you understand Marvel, you'll understand and appreciate the Eternals. Okay, that sounds fair. Solid 3 out of 5 from Daniel K. Let's look at a negative one. Here's a half star from Scott.
Ouch.
There's long, drawn-out dialogue you don't care about. I like Tarantino and Kevin Smith films, so yep. Cinema score, Eternals, B. Thank you.
You are welcome.
I love dialogue. I'm the one that wanted almost an anthology series of like prehistoric man meeting Eternals, and then like Bronze Iron Age era man, and then getting into Age of Sail, colonial times as humans are spreading, across the planet in a technological way.
Yeah, and you get that in the trailer, but it's like Cliff's Notes.
Yeah,
or like, you don't really get, a lot of detail.
Yeah. So followed by long, drawn-out dialogue you don't care about. Or followed by a boring action scene and then more dialogue, followed by a boring action. Okay, so they just repeat. That's funny. Don't waste your money on this. That's not helpful, people. And
explain why.
And that's a one star. Don't waste your money on it from Steven or Stefan C. And then Stephen or Stephen W. says, incredible, amazing, and thrilling. A great addition to the Marvel universe. Like, guys, I get it. You might be trying to help the movie out because you legitimately did like it, but give us a little bit more.
Yeah, I just need a touch.
Yeah. How about we'll do one more kind of mid range. This is 2.5. You want to read Charles?
Sure. All right, Charles. Some parts were very slow moving, and I almost fell asleep. It moved around time too much to understand what was going on. At times, I have seen better.
Yeah.
That's going to be rough for me because having things catch my interest and hold on to it, I can lose interest fast, get distracted about other things. Like sometimes it's like even just like fiddling with my hands seems more entertaining while watching a movie.
That's not good.
I know. So it's like, it depends on what it is.
I just cannot believe all the rotten bad scores, man, from the critics. It's just rough. And what's funny about this though is I can remember reading Ghostbusters and Answer the Call, the 2016 films reviews, and I remember critics not just on Rotten Tomatoes but even like video, like YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah.
People were, oh yeah, sure, the characters aren't the best, and the story has issues, but I really like the actresses, and they're really funny. Like they rip the movie apart, and then they say 2 or 3 good things about people involved, not about the movie, about people involved, and then they'll give it a positive rating. Here, I see a lot of the same complaints, and then they'll say that they like Chloe Zhao, or they like Angelina Jolie, or Salma Hayek, or any of the characters, and then they'll be like, but it's still trash. So I'm like wondering a little bit about how are critics. How are they grading these things?
I don't know. That's confusing. It's like where they say they say more negative than positive, and if they say anything positive, it's so tiny, but yet it's still like high score, like what you're talking about, or it could be flipped. So yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just one of those. You just have to see it and say that you saw it.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't really have much else to say about the Eternals, so let's go ahead and close them out. And hey, guys, let's talk about Spider-Man: No Way Home. We've actually got our first official poster for the film. There's a nice little snippet of it. Things that we've already known are coming. Doc Ock, some lightning for Electros, some sand back here for Sandman, and then the goblins back there looking like very traditional. I mean, he's out of focus and stuff. I'm trying to help you, Sony. No, I'm not. Sony, this is a trash, and Marvel too, because you guys do get a lot of say so on. This is a trash poster. That looks bad. I mean,
okay, look, I understand having like the lightning and the sand and then like Doc Ock's stuff, but then all of a sudden, tiny little goblin.
Yeah.
Green goblin, yeah. So it's like, no, this is.
And it looks like it was just placed in there. It doesn't look great.
I guess it's like, oh man, we forgot about him. Quick, throw him in there.
It did not look great. I'm looking for any other shiny hidden details or anything like that, but I don't see anything because the lizards is supposed to appear as well, and
it's too busy.
Who else? Electro, Lizard, Ock, Goblin, and Sandman. And then people are saying that there is no sixth. And I know, potential spoiler here about a Lego set. I know Lego sets don't always portray movies accurately, but I have been saying since they started talking about the villains being in this movie, back before we all but know Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man are in it as well. But I'd been saying, like, where's the Holland villain? Where's Holland's villain? You can't have a Spider-Man multiverse movie and not have one of Holland's villains. And there's a Lego set with Vulture out there. Vulture's in Morbius, and we know that there are two joint productions with Marvel Studios and Sony for 2023, with Kevin Feige producing as well. That I have a strong feeling that Vulture will appear in the movie. What do you think? He's in the Lego set. It's at Target. I saw it. Like, put my hands on it. It's either him or because you got to have a Sinister Six. It's stupid to just have 5 characters when you're known for a Sinister Six, and it would be. Is it not? You got Spider-Man villains from all the other universes, but not here. And in before. Oh, what if Strange is the villain? What do you think?
I think this is too much. You got way too much going on. There are way too many ingredients in this movie. What's the runtime supposed to be?
2 hours, 39 minutes. Longest Spider-Man ever.
Oh my god.
I mean,
yeah,
they do Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, but that really held my interest. That was like, I needed to hydrate because I am not getting up. It's not going to happen. So yeah, like with this, it's like I'm already not excited about it, and I'm hoping that, I mean, I was, and there's parts of it that I am interested in seeing, but it's like the more I hear, the more disappointed I get. Where it's like, stop putting stuff in, stop making it too much.
For me, it's just the past stuff. I'm ready to carry on. I've been waiting. We have been waiting after Endgame to see what happens next, and the entire 2021 release slate has not really pushed us forward much yet. We've gotten some introductions to new characters and new themes, but we haven't actually moved forward.
Yeah, you've only gotten like a little bit of stuff, like the
multiverse breaking and things. Like I said, but it's not
there's been just like little bits, but like it hasn't really been tackled in a large way. It's just like like little sprinklings of stuff, like they had in a lot of the shows. Like you talked about WandaVision. And I was going to say Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then so it's like I don't know what's. I'm just disappointed. Here we go.
Ooh,
I have no words.
My biggest thing is, like I said, trying to move forward, and this is likely a one-off type deal. I do believe Sony wants to use a Spider-Verse, and whether or not that means the past movies, Raimi's and Mark Webb's, whether or not those characters get to come back again, I don't know, but I do know that. Well, I don't know, but I have a strong suspicion that we're gonna see less Spidey on MCU for a while still connected, and I think Sony's gonna play with that, and I think the reason Marvel's gonna remain in touch, obviously Sony, because Fox and Vince Carey, you guys don't know what the fuck you're doing. Feige's playbook is his, and it's been working, and I mean, Eternals, it still seems to be working. You know, critics didn't care for it, but fans seem to be okay with it. So they're going to keep working with them, and that allows the ease. And whenever a Secret War type thing comes around, that's when I think we'll get more Spider-Man in MCU again. So yeah, I hope it's good, guys. Like no matter what, I hope it's good. I don't want the movie to fail or anything like that. You know, I don't want to waste time. It's just like Ghostbusters Afterlife. I still don't understand grown-ups wanting to watch 12-year-olds be Ghostbusters, especially a 12-year-old named Podcast. Yeah, the the younger kid, the daughter's friend, he's nicknamed Podcast. And then the older brother, his friend, his female friend, according to the box in the back, is Lucky. So anyways, okay. I don't necessarily think that's going to be good, but my son might enjoy it, and I'll get some enjoyment out of that, but it won't be Ghostbusters to me, because look, I love Ghostbusters 2 because I was young when I saw it. My older cousin's not so much. My dad not so much. He liked it well enough because I enjoyed it, but Dad liked Ghostbusters 1 because he was a full-grown adult when he saw it. Yeah. And there's a freaking ghost blowjob joke in there. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to get that with this movie. And you didn't get it in Ghostbusters 2. You know, and that's because Sony was like, oh, well, wait, kids really like it. The cartoon's super popular, and we can still push little envelopes here or there, but it's so much. And that's part of what made 2016 so bad is, while there's too many bathroom jokes. There you go. It was everyone can think of two real quick adult humor jokes in the original, the ghost or oral, and then yes, you're honest, true. This man has no dick, and then the rest of it, there's some other innuendo, but most of it is just blue collar, mid tier, or even high tier, high thought type comedy.
Yeah, and like with the 2016, it seemed a little, I don't want to say too on the nose, but it just seemed a little too forced, like too blunt, a little too crude.
It was like they said, okay, they had those jokes in GB1, and that's all we're gonna do. I love stand-up comedy. There's a lot of brilliant female comedians out there. Liza Schlesinger, we've watched almost everything she's done. Freaking brilliant, and she masterfully can blend in dirty and clean like many great comedians can. And I love some filthy mouth comedians sometimes. There's plenty of needs for your Lisa Lampanelli, your George Carlin's, and even the occasional Bob Saget is good to see at least once. But an hour and a half of just bathroom humor from four characters, it didn't work. Yeah. So, but and it wasn't what it wasn't what I wanted out of it, and that's important as well, because Bob Saget is he is a dirty man, that. So when you watch when you watch his stand-up comedy, you are going to expect some really dark, dirty stuff. So, so walking into this movie, it's like, this is not what I expected, and it's not what I wanted. Yeah. So, Anyways, I do know what is expected, and that is to take a quick word from our sponsors over at Grow Generation. Please take it away,
Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. For all of your cultivation needs, Grow Generation has the right products, service and staff to make your grow successful. Go to www.growgeneration.com, where the pros go to grow.
And thank you guys so much for sponsoring us. Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. Please do check it out. And of course, if you guys find yourselves getting something from there, please let them know who sent you. LRM's Genreverse Podcast Network, the Daily Cup of Genre. Hit subscribe, follow. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, there was some Star Wars news. Now, I gotta walk very, very carefully here. So, we're only going to talk about exactly what we see on the screen, because there are of course sources that talk to us about other aspects, things that we can't say, things that aren't necessarily verified. We like to protect our asses, as well as the asses of those that are, you know, have jobs in the industry. And that's why when people are like, oh, well, name your guys, this is not like water. We're not breaking political, you know, news or anything here. And these people have jobs, and they're not, you know, hurting anybody with, you know, wiretapping and things like that. So no, we can't just name sources. But anyways, Big Screen Leaks, who have had a decent track record, as well as our friend Jordan Mason, talked a little bit about the rumor of a movie being greenlit and fast tracked for release in 2023. Jordan Mason put out that it was potentially based on the old Republic. That in and of itself, a movie being fast tracked for 2023, with the potential for Rogue Squadron, because that'll be another part of the story we'll talk about here in a second, with the potential for Rogue Squadron to be pushed back. All the Marvel movies were pushed back. I think even Cam and I discussed if the Star Wars movies could, you know, end up being pushed back as well, which wouldn't be as big of a deal, because we don't, other than Rogue Squadron, we didn't have anything titled, or, you know.
Yeah.
So, but the Old Republic, you got Knights of the Old Republic video game being remade. They're using the Final Fantasy VII remake title scheme, and yeah, they rushed the sequel trilogy, and that didn't turn out well. Even if it is Old Republic, I don't have faith in a fast tracked Star Wars movie. And I just realized I didn't get that on the screen for you guys, but there it is now. Anyways, Christine, what do you think?
Now you can see. I'm not excited. I don't know. I find Star Wars in some ways can be disappointing. I did love when they went with anime, the Star Wars visions. But yeah,
it was different.
Yes, exactly. So it's like, I'm not gonna go to the theater for this, you know, like kind of mentality. So I don't know. No, not into it.
You mentioned theaters, and before we talk a little bit more about Rogue Squadron, over the weekend when this came up, Cam and I thought about an old conversation we'd had a few weeks ago on the Cantina, LRM and the Genreverse Star Wars podcast, and we discussed the idea of a like Disney Plus exclusive Star Wars film. Like, just, you know, would they ever do something like that? You know, they had Disney Plus exclusives. Exclusive movies, not Star Wars, but just movies in mind for Disney Plus even before the pandemic. So I'm not talking about something that would be. I'm talking like a direct to streaming movie, and I still wonder if that's a possibility, especially if you're going to fast track one. But
yeah,
fast tracking. Sorry, just checking text messages. Our nephew did have COVID tested positive for that last week, as well as our
and he's a little guy.
brother-in-law. But my sister is negative, so she's good. She just got her test results back. So
yeah, I saw that.
Great for you, Courtney.
I was gonna say something after.
Not simultaneous, but just a straight Disney Plus release. And I think if you're gonna fast track something, first off, I think Old Republic's too big in scale for a fast track movie. But who knows? It could be Old Republic era and not really telling a old Republic story. It's telling a story set during the era. That could be smaller scope. That could be filmed fairly quickly. But they look what happened with Solo. They should have delayed that. Look at the sequel trilogy.
It shouldn't have existed. It shouldn't have existed. I know that some people love it, but to me, it's like no. You could have done something else. There's an entire galaxy. I know, and I've said that before too. You know, it's like, go tell a different story. We already know this guy. You know? So
if it isn't Old Republic, the only other thing out there I could think of is maybe something connected to the Acolyte show to maybe connect that bridge the gap between the prequel trilogy and the High Republic, like comic books and novels they've been doing, because I think that's 200 years before Palpatine, and then I think Acolyte is like at the tail end of that. Okay. So it's potential for there to be Plagueis and Palpatine connections to try to combine these new distant past stories to the movies, like the Old Republic stories in the EU connected to the prequel trilogy. So that was my also thought, which again to me would say, hey, put this on Disney Plus. If you're gonna use it to bridge a Disney Plus show to the prequels, and this is just me spitballing. This is not actual rumors or anything. So then again, people make dumb choices. You can find it self-sitting right there on a theater screen. But I'm worried. Anytime you fast track something, you should be worried.
Because you don't want it to be rushed where it affects the quality. You don't want it to be messy or not make sense or anything like that. So it's like, take your time. Do something like that.
Yeah. The other thing to talk about is Rogue Squadron. Here's what the outlet said of their talk with Big Screen Leaks, and I believe this is coming from Star Wars Newsnet. All the links and proper sources are right here in our article on LRM online. So this is what a snippet of the conversation. We reached out to the source for clarification on this interesting story that Rogue Squadron would be potentially delayed, and we've learned that while Lucasfilm is moving full steam ahead on the Rogue Squadron movie from director Patty Jenkins, they're taking their time to make sure the screenplay is just right before filming begins. The script in question, written by Matthew Robinson, who did The Invention of Lying Edge of Tomorrow and Love and Monsters, has itself received a major rewrite since it was first announced, and Jenkins herself is keeping busy with her work on a third Wonder Woman movie, which she is confirmed to direct, and a planned Amazon's spinoff, which she is set to produce. Again, I can't talk about other things that might be going on, but based just on that, let me fill you guys in on something that you might not no. And you can, I'm not going to pull it all. It'd take me forever. I didn't realize I was going to be talking about this, but you can verify this easily online. Patty Jenkins, by her own admission, said that she had less control on Wonder Woman 1 than on 84. She has mentioned the studio, mentioned Snyder's, I think both Deborah and Zach being on Wonder Woman's set. I might be wrong on both, but she admitted that Wonder Woman 84, it's her story, her character. She picked to have the two different openings, and that she had all this creative control. Like, those are her words.
I think she needed help.
Which Wonder Woman movie was better, Christine?
The first one.
Do you even like Wonder Woman 84?
No.
I couldn't stand it. The audio mixing was fucking atrocious. The end where you're supposed to be able to hear all this conversation, you can't hear shit. No leveling. The computer graphics, the CGI was one of the worst of the whole pandemic era. And this is a movie that you had already delayed even before the pandemic. And you spent no time fixing this shit. So when I heard, like, when they said Patty Jenkins was going to do it, it was like, I'm not the biggest Wonder Woman fan in the world, but yeah, one was okay. 84's going to, it ends up sucking, and it's just like, oh my God, she had all that freedom. Are they giving her that? Are they giving her that freedom for Rogue Squadron?
I hope not.
Because if they do, guys, I hate to tell you this, I'm scared.
Yeah, I mean, because, like, I didn't even know it was a 5.4. I didn't even care to look up Wonder Woman 1984. But it was kind of weird because it was like...
5.4 out of 10?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was on IMDb, but obviously if it's 5.4, it's on a scale of more than 5. What was I trying to say? Oh, right. Steve in the first movie is way different than Steve in the second movie. It's like... 1984, he's like this giant goob. It's like, this guy's an idiot. Like, no, he's weird, and it felt so odd.
Yeah, I mean, look at that 58 from the critics and a 73 from the audience. Look, guys, I want Rogue Squadron to be good. I've got my original copy of the book.
I don't think they can hear you.
I'm sorry. I got my original copy of the book from ages ago. I can't describe how many times I've read this story. Listening to it in audio book, the comics, the games. I mean, a Rogue Squadron is like Star Wars for me, you know.
It's been lovingly read many times. You could see some of the wear. So yeah. So
I'm worried about it, but of course, guys, I want it to be good. I hope it is. I hope it's successful, and we just have to wait and see. But this is my biggest fear about it. Is that they're doing flight school or Top Gun in space, and that's not Rogue Squadron. Rogue Squadron's a elite unit. There's basically the SF of their, and I know Wraiths are legit a commando group, but you send the Rogues in to do the hard work. And having been in the goddamn military community and in the military myself all my life, between the two. The amount of green, initial entry people going into SF is very, very small. Why? Because you're inexperienced. No matter how old you could be, there's age limits to get your like SF packet through the front door for the army and stuff. But the overwhelming majority of SF training seats go to people already in. Because they've already proven themselves capable of living in a military environment, military community, military missions, military life. And Rogue Squadron is that. They are not, even in the book, there's a couple of relative new pilots, but have natural skill, and they might not have as much, combat time, but they don't go through basic flight school. They go through SF training. They go through a training to learn to work together, but it's not flight school. They go on missions. They do all sorts of things, and that's because Mike Stackpole research stuff. He's got military friends and family that helped him write it, and or not helped write it, but helped get, feed information in his own research, and he's big into history and things like that. So all of that comes out through there.
Yeah, you want some accuracy. Otherwise, people who have experience are going to look at it like, well, you're an idiot. So yeah,
exactly.
I'm hoping that doesn't happen.
And I'm not saying that's what they're going to do, but everyone and their parent, everyone and their mother, father, whatever this thing is, fucking said, "Oh my God, we're going to get Top Gun in space," and I'm just like, no, please no. Oh, so
Top Gun's crap anyway.
I said it.
Not. I said it.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
Top Gun is great. You are crap. I can't believe I just called my wife crap.
I guess people aren't used to that. Yeah, we talk like that to each other all the time.
There is a little bit of Stranger Thing news. They released a bunch of titles and this little video, which I thought we could, take a quick look at.
I may have seen this one. How old is this?
Just a few days. I think it came out over the weekend. We put it up yesterday, so it came out over the weekend. So the actual names are Hellfire Club, Vecna's Curse, the Monster and the Superhero, Dear Billy, the Nina Project, the Dive, Massacre at Hawkins Lab, Papa, and the Piggyback. Excuse me. Okay, so it's...
Oh, this I haven't seen. Okay.
So it's like the theme song and then just the opening, title card, but the episode titles. The first one I caught, of course, was Dear Billy. You immediately think to the character and his passing in the last season. In the spring of 1986, the adventure continues. Stranger Things 4. Papa, of course, is a big name to pop up again, being Eleven's word for the man that had summer 2022. Ooh, okay, yay!
Experimented on her.
Did the experiments and stuff like that. Nothing too big or revealing there, other than, like I said, those two things, characters that are supposed to be dead and gone, popping up in the titles. What do you think?
I'd love to see Billy again.
I got Power Rangers downstairs, Christine.
Not that one.
No, the actor is Jason in
That's
Power
right.
Rangers.
Yeah.
I didn't mean Billy the
character.
Power Ranger character.
Oh my God!
I meant Montgomery.
Yes.
It
slipped my mind.
I don't know how to pronounce
sorry.
his last name. Is it Darcy or Darkhead? Dacry? Dacry?
Anyway, but yeah, like, it was kind of like a bummer when he died. I was like, oh man, that sucks. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think you were popping a little high there.
Okay,
you're good.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for Stranger Things. It's a great show. We got into it late because when it came out, I was like, okay. I was already starting to kind of get tired of going back to the 80s, you know, and
the 80s is the best.
No, they are, but I'm talking about everything being brought forward, and so I kind of just ignored it. You know, I was like, I don't really care to. I don't want to watch a E.T. for grown-ups, basically, is what I was kind of getting vibes from it. And then Brian made it even worse when he was like, dude, it's kind of like X-Files. And I'm like, dude, I don't like X-Files. Two reasons. One, Grays, and I can't look at Grays, so that put a lot of X-Files out of my reach. And then two, it didn't really appeal to me too much. There was a few okay episodes, but you know, overall, nah.
Yeah, it wasn't your thing. For me, I don't know. It was just kind of like at the moment I wasn't interested, but then it was like, oh yeah, we'll try this, and then it's like, oh my god, just keep playing it.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
It ended up being really, really good.
Yeah. So, and every time like you get a season that ends, it's so frustrating because you want it to keep going. Because something that happens with the both of us is we're always late.
Yeah.
When it comes to shows. So there's like already like 3-4 seasons in, maybe 5, and then we just get to binge while everyone else has to suffer and wait.
Yeah.
When they caught it early. So it kind of sucked. It's like, man, I'm so used to being spoiled. Because it's like at first, you just don't have that knowledge, but then when you do, it's like suffering.
Yeah.
a little bit of suffering.
Yeah.
So
I guess that I don't have much else to say on that. I mean, it's coming. Yay!
Yes.
I'm excited for that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us today on the Daily Cup of Genre. We are doing our best to get it going daily again. Hopefully we don't get sick again.
Yes.
I'm so tired of it.
Yeah.
Colds and stuff, man.
Yeah. How many? I've gotten like 5 colds
this year
and COVID in a matter of months.
Mm-hmm.
Like 4 months, 3 months, something like that. I think it was 3 months, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, but it keeps happening and it's annoying.
Yeah, and we're doing better overall. We're going to be working on the segments for the show. There's a musicians and movies thing I want to do. Get some bands that are wanting to talk about movies, bring them on, talk about their music a little bit, and then geek out over some movies. So Christine and I are going to be looking at some of the segments that Manny and I had and did, as well as potential other things that we can do. We want to try to get other guests going, but we need to make sure we can be consistent and things like that. So let us know what type of segments you would like to see. The Tech Tuesday thing I want to keep and keep doing it. Friday Frights is always a fun thing to do because horror is just amazing.
Yes.
And let us know what other types of things you might be interested in seeing, and you can see our social media information down below, and our emails are available on the website if you want to shoot us a message or email. Check out lrmonline.com every day for all of your entertainment news, needs, and opinions. Amazing stories, breaking news, rumors, and everything else you can imagine. Interviews go up there as well. Maybe if I can get to our channel, interviews go up there as well. You guys can find all of our interviews on our YouTube channel. We're on Zoom interviews in person on the red carpet everywhere. I mean, guys, and of course all of our podcasts from the Genreverse Podcast Network go up there on YouTube as well. But check out the Marvel Multiverse Mayhem, Animeversal Reviews, Cantina, Breaking Geek, and the Daily Cup of Genre. So there's more as well. We have a Wheel of Time that we're gonna be starting this month. Dear God, as well as in January, No Mercy coming back for Cobra Kai.
So excited.
Yes, and then Anything else, Christine? I can't think.
No, you covered it. Good job.
Yay! All right, everyone. Hopefully, we will see you guys tomorrow for the next episode of the Daily Cup of Genre. Until then, have a good one.